Hey everyone, this is Maggie, and today we're going to look at what an academic discussion is. Some people don't seem to understand the difference between a debate and a discussion, so hopefully we can clear this up on this video. So a basic definition of a discussion is that it's an organized conversation about a specific topic that you're studying. And the keyword here is organized. That means there's some structure to how we're going to study. But knowing what a discussion is only half of the information you need. You need to understand the purpose of a discussion. And as you can see here are some of the key points, right? So the first thing is that the purpose of a discussion is to work out the meaning of difficult ideas. And the topics in our textbook are not easy. So rather than one person trying to find all the information, a group of you get together with your different ideas and basically you teach each other. That's a pretty good idea and pretty effective way to study too. So as you have a discussion, you're going to find out different ideas, different ways of looking at the same question, different ways of looking at the same topic. And you'll also find out what are the strong points and what are the weak points of people's ideas, including your own. And finally, in a discussion, you'll come to some conclusions based on input from all the people in your group. So that's the purpose. To have an effective discussion requires a few points that everyone needs to take care of and pay attention to. The first is that before you have a discussion, you really have to prepare. That's by reading the textbook, thinking about the topic, making notes about what you want to say about that topic in class. Of course, during the discussion, you don't want to be reading your textbook. That's boring. You're not talking to people when you're reading your textbook. But if you want to use your notes as a reminder, that's a really good idea. Also, as you have a discussion, you're developing the skills of listening to other people. This is really important because you'll use it in many other ways when you are learning English, many other situations. And learning how to listen to people, and then if you don't understand, being able to ask them politely to explain is a really good thing to learn. Finally, you'll find that an effective presentation, you'll have to explain your ideas. You'll have to give reasons and examples. So much like our reading skills, our speaking skills follow the same method, the same way of structuring or introducing our ideas. We start with an idea and then we give reasons and examples for why we think that way. And of course, an effective discussion needs everyone to speak. So here are some phrases for discussions that you might find useful. When you start a discussion, the very first phrase you can use is to basically say the purpose of our discussion is to discuss blah, 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 blah. That may seem unusual, but it's a really good idea to make sure that everyone in your group understands the same idea, the same purpose, what you are talking about. And then you can begin with phrases like, first we need to talk about this, who'd like to begin? And as people are talking, and if you don't understand, you can use phrases like, can you explain your idea a little more clearly? And if there are members of your group who haven't had a chance to speak, you can ask, who has not had a chance to speak yet? The purpose of discussion is to be friendly and to use English phrases. And if you have different ideas, that's okay. You can use phrases like, so we have two different ideas here. On one hand, on the other hand. And then finally, even if not everybody agrees, you can form an opinion by using phrases like, in other words, most of us think like this, but some of us disagree. Those are some useful phrases. Here's a few more phrases for giving your opinion. I think that, in my view, in my opinion, the main reason for my idea is that, one idea is that, one point is that. You'll often hear people talking in discussions using this word point. It means point of view, way of thinking. So one point of view, one way of thinking, but we don't say the long sentence, we just say one point. Another really nice thing in discussions is that you get to ask questions. And when you don't understand other people's ideas, which should be common, you can use phrases like, do you mean that? What do you mean by? I don't fully understand your idea. Can you give me an example? And what makes you say that? These are all really nice ways of asking questions. What we don't want to do in a discussion is use junior high school words like why. We can leave those words for other conversations. In academic discussions, we want to be friendly to each other, so we're a bit more polite. And just to wrap up, here are some phrases about agreeing and disagreeing. I agree with you because I like your idea. You make a good point. That's a good point, but I disagree. I'm afraid I don't fully agree with you because. In polite English, we always tell a person why we disagree with them. We don't just say, I don't think so, because that's rude. So whenever you disagree with somebody, you should give a reason why and explain your idea. And that's the basis of friendly conversation. So that's all for this video. We've covered the main points of what an academic discussion is. And as you can see, it's a friendly discussion. It's an organized discussion. And it's not a debate where there are winners and losers and one idea is better than another idea. An organized discussion is to get many ideas together about the same topic and to share those in a friendly atmosphere. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it.